Hello, good evening. Welcome to Diva of DOOL. Please like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube, Spotify, whatever podcast you listen to. And we are live on Riverside at 10 p.m. Eastern on Saturday nights. So if you want to join us, you could actually start your own Riverside account and call in. And it's up to you if you want to be on camera or if you want to stay in the Witless Protection Program with Anna. So I'm on Twitter at Diva of DOOL. The website's divaofduol.com. Instagram diva_of_duel. YouTube is diva 541, and Facebook is Diva of Days of Our Lives. So that covers everything. So, all right. So we have Jenn here tonight.
Hey, I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
And Marianne, and she's got someone behind her.
Vivian's back. Yay. Yeah. You can find me at mama_hooch on X, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook.
Anna, are you available? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah.
you can find me on X at Kazi Hooch, and also same handle on Instagram.
Yeah, it keeps showing 3 little dots on your screen, and I wasn't sure if there was something going on or if you had a connection problem or what was going on.
Well, that's interesting. I can hear you guys fine.
Yeah. Nope, you're good. So did you want to start us with the kid update since we actually have a kid episode this week?
Yeah. First of all, loved your blue outfit. Gorgeous as always. I was like trying to take in the jewelry and everything. I'm like, oh man, I just love everything. So yeah, we had some Cayman. Basically, it was all at the pub, but she was there with Roman, and they had scenes, and then also Marlena and Kayla were there. And basically, Johnny came in and told them about the bones that were found at the crypt have been identified as Stefano's. And right away, of course, I noticed, Kate standing behind him, the way the camera has him. You can see Kate responding to this news. And I thought, oh boy, I can tell she's trying to be subtle, but it's definitely affecting her because she was married to the guy and there were parts of him that she loved. And so I thought, well, this will be an interesting dynamic. And then, it's kind of weird because Stefano totally like terrorized these people for years, for decades.
Yeah.
But yet there's also this part about just like the audience, the guy
gonna
would
miss
love to
him.
hate,
Yep. You're gonna
you know,
miss
it's
him.
like, yeah, and you miss him. And also I think in a way, out of respect with the actor as well,
Yeah.
Joseph Mascolo, they were all, close to him for all those years. But anyway, so it was kind of interesting to gauge the reactions. Of course, Johnny's like, I know he was awful to you guys, but he was my nano, and I did love him. He treated me really well, and I really did, love him. And so he and Chad are trying to put together a memorial for like in the next week or so, I think, for him. And Kate kind of walked away, and Roman kind of followed her a little bit, and they kind of had so Johnny kind of had a side comment with Kayla and Marlena about the new baby and that kind of stuff, and about Stefano. And then Roman and Kate had a little conversation, and it was really nice because it acknowledged the histories they both had with Stefano, and Roman was kind of like, Kate's like, I feel embarrassed that it's making me sad, or that I feel some sadness. I thought that was really interesting, the way that was written, the way she said it. She says, I feel embarrassed because, he terrorized so many of us. And she had this one quote, and I don't know if I got it all, but it was basically like, you know, he he was horrible to the people in his lives, even to the people that he loved when he wasn't, or something like that. But there were other sides to him. There were other aspects of him that were really endearing. And I'm paraphrasing, but basically, like, he was a horrible, but except for when he wasn't. He was a complex character, basically, and quite the character. And so even though he was horrible to her when they first were married and all, they grew into loving each other and stuff. And of course, they had a history back when she was a working girl and a high class working girl, and so on. And with Vivian, then even after that with Vivian and her and him and all that. But so very complex, long history with him. And so I thought it was really, touching. And I'm glad that she acted in character with that they wrote that in character, that acknowledging that, yes, while he was a bad guy and the world's a better place, probably that he's not in Salem, at the same time, there's some finality to it since they have the bones and they know for sure, because the Phoenix would always rise again, right? And so, now they know these bones are his. Of course, anything's possible in Salem, but we all know how that goes. But this is sort of like final, confirmation. And so, I just liked the way they handled that, and how she and Roman were kind of honest with each other with their emotions. And like he said, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the guy was horrible to me and my family, and I would love to,
Dance on
but he
his
said that,
grave.
yeah. But and he did say that at the very end too, of that conversation with the Kayla and Marlena. But in talking to Katie, he said, "Okay, how about if I promise to not celebrate too much in front of, like basically not be in your face about it. I'll try to tamp down my joy in hearing the finality of this guy, while I think he was like, I don't want you to not express your sadness either. Like we need to both allow each other some space for it, but also be respectful, basically, of it. And that he was respectful of her feelings of being sad about it in a way, that he kind of acknowledged it, even though he would gladly, like you said, dance on his grave. And at the end of that whole conversation, he was over talking with Kayla and Marlena, and he said that when Johnny said that he was going to have this memorial, he said, "You know what?" He told the women, he's, I think I'm going to go. He goes, "I wanted to dance on his grave for decades," or whatever. Oh, gosh. So, yeah. So it was interesting. And then there were other sidebar conversations with Johnny and Kate. And this is the part I hate, because she's being duplicitous with Johnny. And this is going to piss Roman off, number one, all of them off. But number two, it's like, God, Kate, I love your conniving ways, but not your kind of your kind of step grandson that you've known his whole entire life, and you treated him like your grandson when he was little and everything. So it just, that part really bothered me. But she's basically encouraging him with the whole Bonnie manuscript, and he's going to her saying, I don't want there to be any weird feelings about this if we go forward and it's successful. I don't want it to be awkward, because I know Titan passed on it or whatever. Is it okay if I do this? Do you think? And so she's encouraging him. Oh yeah, go for it, because this is part of her plan behind the scenes with Xander to get DiMera to public. I don't know I forget what the overall plot is on that. Is it that they're going to get in trouble somehow for?
Yeah, it's not been clear yet. They haven't said.
I think they're assuming the book's gonna bomb, and that would make Titan look better. But none of us knew DiMera Publishing actually existed.
Right.
It was never a thing until this week.
Yep.
Right. That's what I was confused about too. I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe they're just looking for new income streams or revisionist writing. That never happens in Salem. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, so Kate was very convincing and very, like, she's a really good untruth teller. I'm not going to call her a liar, but she's very good at untruthing.
Manipulating.
And it was not my proudest moment as a Kate fan, but at the same time, I want to see how it all unfolds, and it might come back to burn her in the butt. So, you know what? Elise is giving her some story. So, and she's working with Xander behind the scenes, so that's kind of fun. But I'm sure it's going to cause some fireworks with Roman down the line, and maybe it'll be successful. But I just feel bad for Johnny, because don't you guys, like, he's being naive about it. And he's also thinking, hey, this CEO thing is kind of
That's what she's
fun, it's
hoping
kind
for.
of going well. And he's a little bit naive to the, like, everything.
And
you
she
know.
knows that. And she's taking advantage of it.
And I don't know about y'all, but every time I watch scenes with Johnny and Chanel, I'm pissed off even more that they fired
Yes.
those actors.
Yeah.
I'm still
I
every time
still
like
don't
this
get it.
week, and we'll talk about it later, but the whole story with the pregnancy and all, I'm like all excited for them and and then I'm like, in what, 9 months, they're gonna be leaving the show. I mean, I just
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not happy about that. I hope they change their mind, or I hope it's a rotation thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it makes me mad because I feel like they're really a big part of the show. And I much prefer them to Stephanie and Alex. Not that I think Robert Scott Thomas is great. I have nothing against the actress that plays Stephanie, but I'm not as invested in them by any means. Much more invested emotionally in Johnny and Chanel. I think they have really complex stories that are really, I don't know, histories that brought them together, and just the whole thing, and the family connections to, I don't know. I guess you could say that about Alex and Stephanie too, but I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So anyway, so I'm voicing my opinion on that again. So that's everything I can remember about the Kate episode on Wednesday.
I thought it was weird though. It sounds like nobody has actually read Bonnie's book.
I know.
Not yet.
Like,
No.
And,
Yes, I
and,
read
Kate
stuff
read
that
it.
and
Kate
Lucas desperately wants to know if he's mentioned in it.
did.
Kate did,
remember?
and I don't know.
No, she didn't read it. She just assumed it was bad. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe this is all going to blow up in Kate's face, and
Yeah.
the book
It's
ends
really
up
going to be
being
good. Yeah. Could
good.
be.
Well,
But Johnny,
as Johnny said, he said her first book was really good and did well. So
Yeah.
Mhm,
Poor
yeah,
Justin hasn't read it.
yeah, she's been practicing, right? Didn't she say something about they've been practicing?
it was her fuzzy pink handcuffs.
Handcuffs.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny. Anyway, so that's my Kate report.
Yeah, Roman wanted to drink mimosas, so I'm
That's
glad
right.
they used Josh Taylor's snarky lines
Yeah.
on
I think
Wednesday.
he's awesome. I like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always think so. Yeah, and Kayla and Marlena were talking about Stefano, and like, well, it wasn't all bad because that's Stefano's the reason why we got John in our lives. And
It's a good.
yeah, Marlena wouldn't have had John without Stefano bringing John to town. But I always felt like all this stuff, though. I mean, obviously, Marlena is the probably biggest Stefano victim, but Roman lost everything.
Yep.
Everybody thought he was dead. He lost his siblings.
His
The
children.
children were young. Carrie, he didn't get to raise her either. Then came back later on. It was a bit of a mess. So yeah, I mean, he lost his entire life. He never got his life back. Because basically, John took his life. John was one raising his kids and everything. And yeah, so Stefano was 100% successful in permanently breaking up Roman and Marlena. But I do see a spoiler next week that Kate gets jealous of Roman and Marlena.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
what about my thought of Kate running Basic Black, and Marlena had the same idea this week. So
Who was the other
Yes.
Marlena mentioned it, but who was it before that?
She wanted
what?
Belle at first, didn't she?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, well,
But she thought
yeah.
Kate would
Yeah.
be
So
good.
that's going to be an interesting angle, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Belle doesn't have any CEO experience either. I think they did try to make her a fashion designer in her 20s, but that really didn't last very long. So, but I mean, you look at the promo for next week, it looks like it's just DiMera's. I don't see anybody else there. So remember, they've had memorials for Stefano before, and I think didn't Kate show up in a red dress? Remember? And they read his will, and they did something with Kippers or something with her. Do you remember that storyline?
No.
Like,
I think they'll
Stefano
be
had a very
I think they're reading the will again this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stefano had a very bizarre will, and he had something in there that upset Kate, and they never revealed what it was.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a scene with Kat and Rafe, and basically they were just comparing notes. Nothing really too significant going on there. Yeah, Johnny and Chanel, they had a 6-week ultrasound, which, I mean, unless things are changed, I don't think that's a thing. Usually you have to wait 8 or 9 weeks. But looks like the baby's fine. And they started telling people, so that was pretty cool. Anybody want to talk about Sarah and Kristen on Monday?
Ugh,
Go ahead, Jen.
same old stuff, different day.
Exactly. Kristen has not changed. She tells Brady that, she's going to stay out of it, and she's going to tell Rachel, no, they're never going to get back together. And then she'd basically tell Sarah, stay away from Brady or stay
Yeah.
away from my daughter. But she meant
Yeah, it was
both.
really smooth with the daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
and I rewatched the scenes this week, and I wasn't sure if, well, Sarah tells Brady, obviously, she
Yes.
blabs, but was Sarah trying to hint, yeah, Brady, you need to move out of the house?
Yes, more or less. That's how he took
Yeah,
it.
he was kind of pissed.
Yeah. And I
He
think
was
she
like,
realized
yeah,
it after, Then she says, oh, no, I didn't mean that. Well, yeah, Brady, I agree with her. You do need to move. Everybody's telling him that. Marlena, Sarah. Yeah, it is time for him to leave.
yeah, because, I mean, yeah, that is going to make Kristen unhinged, and Rachel, too.
And
Brady,
Xander.
and Xander.
Yeah, Xander. He's trying to keep it together. Poor guy. He gets an A for effort for sure. I'll tell you.
Yeah. At least he's trying.
Yeah, you try and, you have a few failures and try again, but yeah, we'll get to that with Marlena. So yeah, but I just thought that was kind of funny. It just Brady's like, what? I can't live in the mansion. I can't mooch off of Maggie. I have to get my own place in my 50s.
I'll start working on that. Well, you were supposed to be working on that about 3 weeks ago. It still hasn't left.
Yeah, but his realtors are working on it. I'm like, okay, Brady, about that.
Yeah.
Love Dimitri so much. Dim, do you have any thoughts about EJ and Dim this week, and Dim and Leo, and Dim and Gwen? No, maybe we lost.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. Well, I can't stand him, but yet,
Me either. Don't feel bad.
I love him and
Um,
Leo together. They're hilarious.
but I can't stand him with. I'm rooting for Gwen all the way on this
Yep,
one.
me too.
Yeah.
Even if that's not fair, even if she's awful, I'm still rooting for her. And she. Do you want to talk about her sitting there with the pretend popcorn?
Yep.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Well, I won't fill in all the details, but I thought that was hilarious. I kind of was thinking, diva for her just from the standpoint of being a badass observer, like let me get the popcorn, and interjecting herself into things, comments and
she
stuff.
set that
I didn't
all
get
up
to see the
too.
whole thing.
Mm-hmm. It was
Oh yeah,
because of
and yet
her.
she keeps denying that she kidnapped.
Yeah.
She keeps
Well, we know she
denying
did.
that she hadn't kidnapped him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he knows she did. But
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I can't. So anyway, it was entertaining to see her watching the two of them, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure she's rooting for Leo to not go back with him because that would be a win for Dim, and he wants Dim to win.
Yeah.
No, but
I like the one part where they were arguing, like Leo and Dimitri, about what, about each other. And they brought up something, listening to music or doing whatever to music. And he said about Wham. Oh, I like Wham. And Leo said, oh, not Wham. You mean George Michael, and he named just the George Michael songs. Those were and just the way they were going. Hilarious.
He consulted Leo consulted Chat GPT as to how to get a former love out of his life or out of his mind. And he's like, it said to make a list of all the things you hate about them or that they do. And one of them was having sex to Sade. Wasn't it like that? Something like that.
Something like, yeah.
So was that the singer? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah,
and then
Sade.
and that's what
that about Wham.
Sade.
Yeah, and then he was like, well, you like to do it to Wham. And he's like, that's George Michael. Yeah.
Wham.
But that was pretty fun. That was funny. So I don't know. But, part of my thing is, I don't know. I'm not trying to slam the actor or anything, but like when Javi and Leo were together, you could tell they loved each other. Like they totally loved each other.
Mm-hmm.
And with these two, I mean, it was a very superficial thing to begin with.
Yeah.
Remember, Leo was totally caught up in his looks and the sex and all that, but I don't know if they could have, I don't know that either of them could have come up with anything else that they really had in common or they really liked or loved about each other. And then when Dim looks at him and is like, I thought of nothing else but you the whole time and all. I don't know if it's the way he's acting, his acting choices, or if I don't know what it is, but I don't really feel it from him. I don't really feel or see that.
No, he is superficial. I like with him and Gwen together when they go at each other.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
when
they're
he's
funny.
trying to get back.
They're funny.
Yeah, that's when I like him. Yeah, I
And
don't.
I'm rooting for
him
her
and
to
Leo
win.
not together. No, I like Leo and Javi together.
Yes,
Yeah.
Leo and Javi.
Yeah. So now we don't know what the new Javi is going to be like, but we know that
don't
the
know
old
what
Javi
that
was
could be totally different.
More sincere, and there was more like love chemistry between those two than there was, But these two, to me, it's very superficial, and it almost feels like a power play on the part of Dimitri, that that he's like, you love me. Remember that great sex we used to have? It's almost like he seeks to control Leo. He sees Leo as his little playmate or whatever, no pun intended in any way, shape, or form, but just a toy, almost a toy
Yeah.
that he can manipulate and control. And I love that Leo's like, I don't want to be controlled. You can tell he's fighting it. He doesn't want to be that person because he knows
No.
what real love is like now.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope did you guys say they did recast Javi?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we know that he's
He'll be
coming back
back.
at some point. But yeah, but anyway, so I just and that was so rude when Dimitri said, well, he said something about, well, Javi's not here. I am. Well, Javi went to take care of his dad. It was like Javi didn't just leave to go on a shopping trip to Hermes in Paris or whatever. He's taking care of his dad who had a heart surgery. So that was that was definitely a low blow. And that was like, well, shouldn't you care about what's in front of you and not somebody you really truly love and just married, even though now it's not official anymore, but he's married, and yet I don't know. So you know what I mean? I don't know. I think the dynamics are really weird, and I don't trust Dimitri. I don't like Dimitri, but I do like the witty repartee of the three of them. But
Yeah, and Leo said that he blocked Dimitri's Instagram. He said he didn't like about him was the shirtless pictures, and Dimitri's like, you need to like them, but you could, see the real thing, and
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah,
It's
there
like-
there was a nice long list of kind of petty things that Leo
Yeah.
didn't like, and yeah, I like the threesome there. That's a good
Yeah.
fight between the three of them, and with
Mhm.
Dimitri too. Nobody likes him. This
Right.
fight, EJ was like, "What the hell are you doing in my house?"
Yeah.
Then
That
he
was
was
the
pissed
start.
at Gwen for
Kristen hates
bringing him
him.
in.
Yes, Kristen hates him too, and Gwen hates him too. Basically, Leo's the only one who still kind of likes him in the entire town.
Yeah, which that's fine. We all need, somebody like that in town that can be, back to the Marlena comments when they were when she was with Kayla, they were talking about something and how it was a new addition to making the town. What was it that they were saying our little town a little better or something like that? There was something she and Kayla were talking about, and I can't remember. It wasn't a restaurant, but something, and I was like, have you seen the pictures that they show before the scenes? It looks like a large metropolitan city, and then they
And you
talk
always
about
thought it
their
was a
small
smaller town.
neighborhood,
Yeah, they make it
Yeah.
look like a
Small
really big
town.
city.
It just kind of was funny, and I can't remember what was it that they were talking about that was a new addition or something. I can't remember what it was that they were talking about, but anyway, that just was in passing. I was just like, have you seen what the show does when they feed into a scene? They show this large snow-covered metropolitan city,
Yeah, it's
and y'all are
wintertime
talking
there
about it
too.
like it's what we always thought it was.
Yeah.
It was a small town, Anyway, so that's all on that.
Yeah, and we had so EJ confronts Gwen on basically she she brought Dimitri back into town. So we finally got confirmation on that, but she's been denying it for several weeks, and EJ knew about it. And she mentions to him, by the way, Dr. Rolf, the drug is working and he revived the rats. So she made a comment, but she wanted to hear the rats tap dancing, and you actually didn't hear a lot of noise coming from those rats.
It's funny because EJ turns around and calls Dr. Rolf right in front of her because he doesn't believe her.
Yep. So, I mean, we already know it's Lexi, but they actually had EJ say this week, basically after he told him that the bones were Stefano. EJ says to Rolf, too bad we couldn't bring, Stefano back. It's too late. So obviously it's just bones, but, at least we can bring her back. He definitely said her and she. Yeah.
And let me ask you this too. A couple of thoughts on this is none of them like each other. Like none of the siblings like each other. So it would be one thing if they were like super close and they had each other's backs all the time and all that. But what do they think? I mean, not that I loved Lexi, the character of Lexi, but like, I feel like this experiment is more because it's going to make them a ton of money, they think, to be able to replicate this and to be able to, I guess you have to put somebody on ice though for a while for, like cryogenic tank or something, to be able to do it. So, that'd be a whole other side, side gig, I guess, for them. Hey, cryogenic tanks on sale because now we can save your loved one for real. Anyway, but I get the feeling that they're more excited because it's going to be they think it's going to revolutionize medicine and all that. Yeah, and make them money rather than that it's actually this human being that some of them are related to. I think all it's going to do is cause complications for Abe and Paulina, but whatever.
Yeah.
I've been hearing out there that she's going to be more like Stefano. I mean, it's not going to be a good Lexi, more like Stefano. And I heard the rumors and these different sites I'm on is something about another thing like the essence of Stefano. I don't know whether it's not like a chip or anything, but she's going to be more Stefano-like. Yeah. Or as EJ wanted her to be.
When Rolf said,
we need more
and
bad
when Rolf
DiMeras.
said something about
they're mostly all good.
More
except EJ.
studying the side effects. So one of the side effects is it brings out your worst characteristics instead of your best.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So,
Yeah.
But I'm
and
guessing.
of course, there's conflict for Abe now and Paulina, I'm sure. And then that brings Theo more into it too with Lexi, the Theo character, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of you guys read the book or saw the movie, Pet Cemetery.
Yep, that's what I was thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like any of those shows, so I don't know.
Creepy.
Any of those books.
No, the book. I read the book.
Pet Cemetery was
in the movie.
I read the book, because I don't watch scary movies, but yeah, it was disturbing.
Yep.
And then he left it open ended at the end. Like he didn't actually finish the book. It was almost like a to be continued, and he never continued it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Pet Cemetery too?
Oh, the movie probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, yeah, it was disturbing. So that's kind of interesting seeing. I was wondering about that, if it's going to be a good Lexi or a bad Lexi. But I have to say, Lexi, though, was the one sibling I think they all liked. I think they all liked Chad, too. But they don't take Chad seriously, though. Chad's not.
Right. Chad doesn't challenge them on anything. He's not a challenge to them.
He's really not.
Lexi sounds like she's going to be
Tony.
What's that?
I think they usually all like Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't trust him entirely, though.
But I want to see, Marianne, I don't know if you're with me on this, but I want to see the scene where Tony comes in and slaps Lexi in the face for giving up on him on his deathbed so quickly.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
She's like, usually it's like they'll try to revive them for like 30 or 40 minutes. Lexi's like 2 or 3.
That's when he had this.
Well, I think he's
the stake through his heart or chest or whatever.
Yeah.
It was the tiger. No, it's Marlena.
Or was that the tiger?
Oh,
okay. Marlena. I don't know. There's been so many ways he's been killed.
I know Tony got that chunk. He died by chunk of wood.
Chunk of wood. Yeah.
Remember that?
That was another one.
I used to post on Sony.
and he
Yeah.
got
I called
involved.
it
on
chunk
yeah.
of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Now he just
but
goes
that
on
last
cruises
one, I
with
think it was the
Anna.
last one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's back next
Yeah.
week too, it looks like. So he's back next week.
Is Anna
So
back?
I don't know what Anna is though. But he's at the memorial, I think. Looks like.
Anna and Roman would be funny at the memorial. They both hated him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anna probably is taking a pass on the whole thing if she's not there. They probably like Anna wouldn't show up for that anyway or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hope
Speaking of
she's
the
there, but
yeah, well, Kristen. So Johnny and Chanel aren't happy. Kristen's out of prison, and Chanel actually confronts Paulina about it, and Paulina knows why, but she won't say to them what's going on. Yeah, there was a heavy Kristen week. Oh my gosh, Kristen, Belle, and Rachel. So I understand why Belle was trying to prepare Rachel for the hearing, but to me, it just seemed like she scared the shit out of
Yeah.
her. Oh my God, EJ's gonna be there, and she didn't know. It's like, well, EJ's a victim, and
He
he
has
would
to be
definitely
there.
be there. So why would Belle? He has to be there,
But
and plus
Kristen
he's
doesn't
supposed to
want him
put
to
in a
be there,
word
but
that,
he has to be there.
No, they're fighting.
yeah. So
So it
I mean,
doesn't
he
take
has
much
to
to
be there,
fight
but
with
I
Kristen
think
though.
he was going to,
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's always looking for a fight.
I've actually I classified her as the diva of the week, except for
Yeah, she's a good one
even
too.
though her maternal instincts are all messed up. I I can't fault her for fighting for her kid, even if I don't agree with her on some things. I mean, the fact that Bayview let this 10-year-old run around with a 18-year-old for weeks, I'd be pissed too. So I guess I didn't see all of her
Yeah.
scenes. I had to fast forward through some of that, but what I did see, I could kind of understand why she'd be protective of her not wanting EJ to be there in the thing, even though he needs to be, but also protective. Like, I don't think Bayview is the right place, but I don't think she should have told Rachel that in that moment. Like, I think things should have been figured out by the adults before she ever started bringing Rachel into it on that. Like, well, I don't know if this is even the right place. That's not what you tell somebody who's in for mental health issues and stuff when they're a child. You don't do that, and then it just creates pitting her against her dad, which of course Kristen wants, just against other people that are involved. And so I don't know. I just think that part was wrong. But I guess that's why I didn't say she was the diva of the week, just because even though she went off the chain several times, she's the mom in that situation. And also we forget that even though she's jealous of Sarah, we all know that, at the same time, she does have a legitimate gripe
Issue.
with her. She has a right to be protective of her child because she did kidnap her. She did kidnap her and she did deprive her. Not that I feel sorry for Kristen about anything, because she's evil and she's done horrible things to everybody. And I always think with these people that get so offended when their own child, grown or I'm talking the characters, their own child, whether grown or small, gets killed or harmed or endangered. I'm always like, okay, you didn't think about so and so's son or daughter that you just
Yep.
killed or whatever.
Mhm.
Sociopaths, psychopaths, they don't ever think about that stuff. But anyway, from her mothering standpoint, I get it. So I didn't call her the diva, but yeah, she's definitely. But she's got multiple reasons for why she feels the way she does.
Yeah.
she's on several different planes there with her emotions.
Yes, and she moved Seymour to Snake and found another note from Sophia. So she really lost it when she saw
Yeah.
that. And there was great acting with Stacy too this week when Rafe tells her that those bones were Stefano's, and she's like, I killed my brother with Stefano's femur. And she started kind of laughing, and she was kind of mortified at the same time.
It is kind of funny
Yeah.
I'm
That
though.
glad
was
they made
a
that connection, though. I'm glad they made that
It's funny
comment
though.
because we were all
Yeah.
thinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Tony killed Andre.
yeah.
He
Tony
earned.
just
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so there was a lot of great Kristen stuff, and I've been watching True Blood. I never watched it when it first was around. I'm literally on the last season, and Stacey Haydock is actually on the last season of True Blood.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was kind of interesting. It's always cool to kind of watch stuff that's a little older. Like I had my rewatch of Friends, and I'm like, there's that actor and that actor. Oh, I didn't know they were on there.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's just seeing Stacy on True Blood. Yeah, and then Kristen was mad at EJ this week too. I mean, yeah, she was definitely a strong candidate for Diva of the Week.
She's mad at everyone.
Between Sarah pissing off, Sarah mad at EJ, mad at Belle, and mad at Sophia all in 1 week. That's a pretty good week. So, and then
But don't forget the doctor. She's mad at the
And she
doctor
doesn't like the
too.
doctor.
Well, she made an appointment with the doctor knowing she'd get Sarah so she could have a non-medical conversation with her about pushing her away from her daughter.
yeah,
No, I mean the other doctor.
Dr. Gregory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Dr. Gregory, she's still like really sticking it to Sophia, but she thought Sophia would want to see Chanel, which made no sense at all whatsoever.
Gregory probably needs to lose her license. She's not very
Yeah,
good at her job.
Yep. Well, she needs a nice vacation.
Yeah, last week it was Holly, and
Yeah.
Sophia tried to slap her, and now it's like, oh, let's pick the other woman she really hates, which is Chanel, the one who's raising Sophia's baby.
Yep.
So Chanel shows her some pictures of the baby, and Sophia knows that Chanel's nauseous and probably pregnant.
Hmm.
And that was dumb of Chanel to go do that, knowing that she's supposed to not get upset and supposed to kind of be stable as much as possible with this high risk pregnancy,
Yeah, I guess she wanted to put the past in the past and maybe try to help Sophia move on. And so, because that, Sophia's the reason why they have the baby in the first place. But,
Yeah.
even if Sophia tried to sabotage it, so Melinda shows up and Sophia basically blackmails Melinda into not telling anyone that she's speaking because she could hold it over to her that Melinda knew everything Sophia was up to in regards to the baby in the first place.
Twisted.
Yes.
Oh, Melinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sophia definitely had a
They were great scenes, both actresses.
yeah. I enjoy them too. All right. I honestly don't care that much about that storyline, but Rafe tells Abe that Liam was working for Peter and got money wired to him, which is weird because Liam has been acting poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made a comment about it wasn't a lot of money. Apparently he was a low level
Yeah, he was a foot soldier.
soldier or something like that. But yeah, it's still odd.
They gave him so
And
little
it got
that he
Abe
tried.
mad. Boy, it got Abe mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where's Paulina's going to be like, I told you so.
Yep. All right, let's think what else happened. Chad escorted Cat out of the room. Cab's cat was there when Rafe told everybody that was for Stefano's bones, and Chad told her because of his custody agreement, he can't see her. Of course, this is right after he signed the agreement, too.
Yeah.
See, he went like 10 minutes without seeing Cat.
You can see Thomas just going, you couldn't go 10 minutes without seeing this woman.
Well, they're, oh no, where's Thomas at? He's going to catch them. It's like, I don't know. But that's going to come back to bite them because Melinda keeps, even when they were signing the agreement, because they showed them signing with Jenn and they were all there. And Melinda's like, when she saw Chad signing it, she even tried to warn him again.
So we also had
Marianne, your sound is cutting out.
Yeah.
You were talking, your sound was cutting out.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Kind of.
A little bit.
I don't know why.
You're okay now. I think you're okay now.
Okay.
Go.
Well, anyway, they keep emphasizing that. So is Chad going to get back with that?
You're breaking up again.
Wonder if I should go out and get back in. I don't know.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and we'll talk about Alex and Stephanie while you're gone.
I don't know. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see.
Yes, so we had Alex, Stephanie, Steve, and Jada get together, and they're coming up with a plot to have Stephanie come up with a website saying her and Alex are eloping, and they're going to have a stand-in for Stephanie and have Alex there to lure out the stalker,
to get their marriage license. Yeah. To go get their marriage license. But the stalker's listening to the whole thing because they're all dumbasses for taking yet something else has been left outside their door and just
Yep.
bringing it inside and keeping it there where they're all discussing all this stuff.
Yep.
Right.
It's so annoying. You would think a pro
Hello?
like Steve. Hello. Oh, we can
Yeah.
hear you now.
All
We're
right.
talking about how dumb it is that they let that, what was it, a picture frame or something? A gift from
Mhm.
EJ?
Yeah.
Why would EJ send something like that?
Okay, yeah. It's recording them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought, honestly, like I said last week, when Steve picked it up, I thought he was going to take it outside. And then he
Yeah.
brings it in the room. I'm like, for one thing, y'all just shouldn't touch anything that's left at your front door right now. You got a stalker that's trying to kill you, But I mean, and why wouldn't Stephanie have texted? I mean, granted, EJ may have been at this spa in Sardinia with Sydney, so maybe he wouldn't have gotten it right away. But at some point, he could have said, "Well, I didn't send anything. I'll check with Rita."
Does
But
that
I
really
didn't.
sound like EJ? No.
No.
No. And so that, and you would think Steve would know that. Common
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So that whole thing is annoying the crap out of me right now.
Yep.
That this idiot is smarter than the four that, well, anyway, between
Well.
Jada, and of course they're all
Well.
thinking
Steve.
it's Jeremy.
They
Mhm.
still think it's Jeremy. Oh, yeah.
Well, the weird thing though too was the stalker's listening to this, but he's putting on a message board that he tried to stab Alex at the Salem
Pumpkin
Halloween.
thing.
Yeah, the pumpkin thing. And then he said he tried to poison Alex, and Alex was like, "Oh yeah, I got that pop from the takeout and got sick."
But don't you think that he's doing that on purpose, though, to scare them more by putting it out there?
Yeah, but
Because he knows they're listening to it. They know because they're talking about it, and he's hearing them talk about his posts.
right, but I mean, we're assuming like Jada and the police are confident enough to take these leads,
Yeah, has
and try to.
anyone tracked it down? Yeah.
Yeah,
Competency in the Salem PD.
PD.
right. Yeah. So basically, the stalker's a little cocky, and she did say, "Oh, we'll look at the, the closed circuit TV, watch the cameras on the square and see if we can see if what happened." And I think they could have even tried to dig out what happened with the takeout food too.
Right.
But they did say Jeremy was there
Yeah.
with pumpkin chunking and everything too, so he wasn't.
Well, we
at
even
the
thought
scene.
it was Jeremy there for a little while. They made it look like that.
Yeah.
Why they made it look like it.
But
Yeah.
also, wasn't Jeremy at the cop shop in some custody being interviewed? Couldn't they look and see if any of these posts by the Sandman 69 guy or Sandfan 69 was posting these things while Jeremy was in custody or anything? Anybody thought about that? I don't know.
Yeah, look at a timeline, Yeah, for sure. Yep. Oh, and we also had we already talked about the custody, and Chad said something I thought was odd. He actually said to Jenn that he's like given up and realized that Abby was love of his life, and he's just not gonna pursue love, which makes no sense considering he's in his late 30s. So
We
a
know
little
that's
young.
not true.
No.
That
Yeah.
won't be true.
Yeah, it's stay alone. Come on, I mean, he slept with 2 girls since Abby died, so it's not like he's hasn't had a chance for love. So, and there was this weird scene with Holly, Ari, and Gabby. Gabby was giving them sorority rush clothes, and she confronts Ari for having a fake ID.
And and more or less says, "Yeah, I had one too. Just
Yeah.
don't get in trouble.
Don't do anything stupid.
I know you're going to do it anyway." Yeah, basically
Yeah.
is what she was saying.
I don't know. I'm lame. I never got a fake ID. Of course,
Me
I
either.
Neither did I. Neither did
it never
I.
crossed my mind. I didn't know anybody who had one. I mean, my best friend,
We
she
didn't do
did
that.
sneak
I
into
didn't
bars. So
either.
basically,
I
yeah.
didn't either.
We were good girls, huh? I
Yeah.
don't know
I just
what
never-
happened.
I didn't start drinking until I was in my 40s. So yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
drinking at
having
18.
cake parties and all that. Didn't do that either.
Me either.
Yeah, drinking never interested me. Oh, and then we want to talk about Marianne. Want to talk about Xander and Marlena, their therapy session.
Oh yeah, Xander came to see Marlena, and first she tells him, "Well, we can't do this anymore," and he gets all, "Whoa!" But what she meant was, "Well, we can't meet like in her house anymore."
Yeah.
She
Right.
tells him that she's going to go back to her practice. Oh, and then they started talking about Brady. He's apologizing for what she did to Brady. I don't know why that's any of Marlena's business as a professional. It doesn't matter what Xander did. But anyway, she said, if he ever does that, anything like that again to Brady, she won't listen to him or she won't refer him, which I thought was kind of odd. But anyway, to me, that's two separate things. That was a business between, but we know why Xander did it. It was more because of Sarah than Brady. Yeah, he more or less admitted it. And he's asking Marlena, like, is there hope for him? Is there hope for him? And he's like a little puppy dog and she's encouraging him and everything. So yeah, that was interesting. I don't know. I can't remember anything else that he.
What cracked me up is and I thought of Anna immediately, when she's like, well, do you have any hobbies? And he's like, well, I like punching.
Yeah. The
Like,
boxing.
oh, yeah, why don't you take boxing classes? And I was waiting for Anna to say, he beat Philip within an inch of his life.
Yeah. But see, he needs something else to punch, I guess is what she means. Like he needs like a punching bag, how they tell you to.
But if it's an
Get
actual
a punching bag to take all your anger
He
out.
needs a subscription to the rage room. He needs like a regular subscription to the rage room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what she was getting at, but yeah. Xander doesn't have any hobbies, I guess. I don't know. He's busy. He's stressed with Titan. That's what he's telling her. He's stressed.
Well, he's the only one working there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
he shows up every once in a while.
Yeah, Philip doesn't care at all.
He has Maggie mad at him. He has Sarah. Nobody, he has everybody mad at him in his family. I don't know. I guess his Bonnie is too, I guess. I don't know. A little that we see Bonnie and Justin. We did see Bonnie and Justin a little bit. Yeah.
It was funny. I was writing my notes today. I actually wrote down Adrienne and Justin.
Yeah.
Adrienne, yeah. She's Adrienne now. I mean, she acts more like Adrienne.
Even it's Adrienne's hair. It's like Adrienne had this short hair, really looking Bonnie.
Yeah, she does change her hairstyle a lot, Judy Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So who are you going to go with for Diva of the Week?
I'm sticking with Leo and Dimitri, co-divas. Kristen's the next second, I guess, is a good one too.
I'm kind of going to go with Gwen for calling Vivian to try to get Dimitri kidnapped again. And just sitting there watching the two of them fight was pretty good.
So it's kind of a tie because I'm on Gwen. I'm on Gwen as well.
I think could say Gwen, Leo, and Dimitri.
Yeah.
Three-way tie. That was
the three divas.
That's my favorite scene of the week for sure.
Yeah, it was. It was funny.
Yeah.
All right. So next week's spoilers, we have JJ. Now all he's supposed to do is keep an eye on Jeremy. He doesn't have to talk. But instead, he decides he's going to confront Jeremy in front of Julie. So that's not going to go too well.
Okay, can you say conflict of interest?
Yeah, it's literally his cousin.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're cousins.
Like, he has one job, but yet does it poorly.
Watch.
Shouldn't even be his one job, because he shouldn't, like you said, it's a conflict of interest. Yeah, like the fox, that could be like the fox guarding the hen house in some circles.
Yeah, just like if you're going to spy on someone, you usually don't go up to them and say, hey, I'm spying on you and I think you're guilty. You just keep your mouth shut. It's not hard. Rafe brings Liam in to look at artist renderings. He's like, oh, yeah, that's the guy who hired me or something. And it's some dude with a scar across his face. So I don't know. And then more scenes with Vivian and Gwen on the phone. And yeah, like we were saying before, Louise Sorrell's only doing 3 episodes. So that's bullshit too. I mean, come on. Johnny and EJ get into a fight. I guess EJ knows about the upcoming baby. And Johnny says, well, I already have a son and he's a DiMera, talking about Trey. And then we see...
say that again? Carrie, you blipped out there for a sec. What did you say about EJ and Johnny?
EJ knows about the new baby and was talking about the baby. And Johnny's like, well, I already have a son who's a DiMera, talking about Trey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like EJ's basically excited about his natural grandchild coming. Yes. So, and we have the scenes of them at the DiMera living room with EJ, Tony, Kristen, Theo, and Chad.
Oh, that looks
like Stefano's ashes in the urn. So, yep. Anybody hear anything else other than we have evil Lexi to look forward to, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I heard Wally's taking a break from the day players.
Yeah, I saw that
Really?
too. Scott Reeves is
Yeah.
replacing him.
Hmm.
Yeah. Something about spend more family time. He's been so busy. Well, my goodness, he
Yeah.
does the day players. He does days. He does
Days in
General
General
Hospital.
Hospital.
Yeah. So, and these day players, they've been touring a lot. I mean, they've been all over.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. They're very good. Very popular.
For them.
That's good when he knows he needs to, you know,
Step
Yeah.
back.
step back. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a shame.
I think next time they do a hospital fundraiser on the show, instead of a gala or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have
clowns,
them.
they should do
Yes.
a talent, yes, a concert or
Yes.
a talent show.
Yeah,
Because
that'd
there's
be
so
good.
many talented people on the show. There's a lot of singers on the show. Let them
Yeah.
sing. A lot of-
Eric Marstow.
yeah.
And
Molly
probably ones we don't
Kern.
even know. And probably ones we don't even
Right.
know.
Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did see Javi on Instagram, and his show is called Brilliant Minds. So that's the one he's on. That he's
Okay.
Okay.
a nurse or something. Yeah. So, alrighty. Anybody have anything else?
No.
Nope.
No.
Good. All right.
Well,
Okay.
everybody's doing warm, and hopefully,
Yeah. Hopefully
no
it warms up next
snow.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look behind me. It's just as bad as it was last week. We got 14 inches of snow.
Yeah.
Jen got a
Jeez.
lot more
Not
than
going
that.
anywhere.
I
'cause
got about
it's-
50.
it was minus
It's finally
5
supposed to
degrees when
get.
I got up this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. It got to -8. Feels like not the actual temp, but feels like it was -8 this morning. But tomorrow it's actually supposed to warm up into the 30s tomorrow, so I'm excited about that.
Wow.
I'm jealous.
But we
Yeah.
had a gob fest at our Galleria. But we went up, got out, and got my gobs.
What are gobs?
Oh, I just
What is that?
what are gobs?
No
Gobs. They're like. Did
gobsmack?
you ever hear whoopie pies? They're like a
A
little
what?
cake.
No, I
It's
don't know
like
what
it's
I
a.
don't know.
You know what a whoopie
never heard
pie
of
is?
gob
Did you ever hear
fest.
that? Where have you
A
been?
whoopie pie?
I've
I'm
never
not a
heard of a gob
yetzer.
I've
either.
heard of
I'm
a
not a
whoopie pie. I've
yetzer.
never heard of Gobsfest.
It's called a gob. Carrie, you don't know a gob? Western PA? No. Maybe it's just a Johnstown thing. I don't know. It's like a whoop. It's a round, like say, chocolate cake with icing in the middle. Like 2 pieces
Ooh.
of cake with
Sounds
icing in the
good.
middle. But you could, yeah,
Sounds
but you
good
can
to
do
me.
banana. They have pumpkin. They have chocolate chips. Yes, I'll send you pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not heard of that. All
Yeah.
right. And then you guys got the
Okay.
big day with the
You
coming up
don't
on
know
the
what you're
2nd
missing.
with the
The groundhog.
Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney.
Yeah.
Punxsutawney Phil. Punxsutawney.
Yeah.
Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney Phil.
Punxsutawney. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to see a shadow. We're going to have 6 more weeks of
Yeah.
winter. Probably. All
All
right.
right.
Good
Take care,
night,
everybody.
everybody. Thank
Good night.
Bye.
Night.
Good night.